Technology addiction. Technology addiction affects our lives in many different ways. It can have a negative impact on our lives by causing distraction or by missing out on potential life-changing opportunities, but it can also have a positive impact by giving us the ability to have access to information from all around the world or keeping in touch with long-distance friends and families. Technology controls us psychologically by using techniques to reel us in. What I mean by this is they use randomness, as what Carolyn Knorr refers to it in her article, How to Resist Technology Addiction. Knorr says randomness is something social networks use by placing random status updates, which then keeps us searching endlessly for our prize, such as who friended us, who liked our posts, and who updated their status. This makes for the endless scrolling through Facebook, Instagram, or other social media news feeds. According to the Common Sense infographic, 72% of teenagers feel the need to respond to texts, social networking messages, and other notifications. This means no matter what they are doing, whether it be driving, visiting with friends or family, going to bed, or right when they wake up, people are on their phones. On the same infographic, 56% of parents admit that they check their mobile devices while driving. That's a little more than half of parents that check their phone while driving. It's scary to think about how a simple text or Facebook notification can cause a car accident that could take a life, all because that person couldn't wait to look at their phone. This YouTube video called Look Up by Gary Turk is a good example of what technology addiction does to our lives. Turk talks about how we are constantly on our phones. It sends a powerful message to people, telling them to look up from their phones and to get more involved with our environment and the people in it, because we could miss out on opportunities of a lifetime just by being on our phone. Turk shows an example of this by showing a man who stopped a girl to ask for directions to somewhere. After that little interaction, they keep in touch. Later, they get married, have children, and grow old together. Turk then shows a different scenario where the man was on his phone getting directions from GPS, and the girl walks right past him. Thus, he misses out on a whole different life with a wife and a child. Turk also gives examples of children and how they are more inside nowadays playing video games, or they're playing on tablets, or they're on their phones rather than being outside playing on swings or using their imagination. Turk says part of this reason is because of the environment they are born into, meaning everyone around them is on some sort of technology device, so they don't know any better. There are endless possibilities that could happen because we are so wrapped up in our technology. As mentioned earlier about technology being a distraction, this YouTube video is a good example of that. There was a child abduction experiment done on this father who was too busy on his phone and wasn't paying attention to his child while they were at the park. This video was made by Joey Salads, which shows how easily it is for a child to be abducted when the father was literally right there. It's sad to see how easy that was for that man to take that child, but it goes to show how much control technology really has. On the positive note of technology addiction, people are able to stay up to date on the latest political news because those who are glued to their phones or cameras are closely watching candidates, such as when the presidential election is going on. People can keep a close eye on each candidate. In Zach Cutler's article, Four Ways Technology Has Impacted Presidential Elections, Cutler talks about how candidates have to watch what they do and say because the public is watching them. He says, candidates now need to live under the assumption there is always someone with a smartphone, camera, microphone, or other recording device capturing their actions to share with the world. This may impact the way that they act, making it so they act in their best behavior. Depending on how you want to look at it, this could be a good or a bad outcome. Technology addiction also helps to expand one's knowledge. Someone could use it to learn a new language, or go to online schooling, or to research different cultures and many other web searching possibilities. Romana French said in her article, Positive Effects on Internet, that Internet users can access international libraries, museums, and schools for a wide range of information, thus expanding their knowledge base. As discussed, technology addiction has its advantages and disadvantages. In the long run, people will continue to misuse technology by checking their phones while driving, or waste valuable time on their phone instead of spending it with their growing child or making relationships with the people in our everyday lives. But as technology advances, it gives us the capability of expanding our knowledge about the world and what is going on around us. Question number 1. According to Caroline Knorr, what does randomness mean? A. Something social networks use by placing random status updates. B. Lacking organization. Or C. Something odd. A. Something social networks use by placing random status updates. Question 2. What percentage of teens said they felt the need to check their cell phone when they received a notification? 72% of teens said this.